It's Kyle. Hey, today I want to do a quick video on how to answer any problem you may ever have. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but let me explain. So, a few years back, my family and I were really struggling, and we really wanted to thrive. And so I started looking for a formula for that to happen. And the formula I found was kind of a three-step formula, and I want to share that with you today. So the first step is to ask yourself, what can I do right now? And I want you to write these things down. It's important to write it down so that you'll know what you're doing. And the key to this, really, when you're writing it down, is to know your outcome. In our situation, we wanted to thrive even as we were having difficulties. So you want to know your outcome. You want to take action. And for us, that was writing it down and starting the process. And you want to make adjustments as you go. So the first thing to do is ask yourself, what can I do? The second is, what can I read? As we got started with our process, we started looking for books and online to find out how to thrive in the chaos that can be raising kids that are on the spectrum. Um, um, and in some cases, there could be a book or a guide online. In some cases, there can be an entire section of books at the library or at Barnes and Noble or whatever the case may be. So those are the first two things. What can I do and what can I read? And the third one is, who can I ask? And the reason I say that is because other people have experienced a lot of the same things you have, and sometimes you just have to find them. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is not really who do I ask, but who do I ask that has what I want? In our case, we couldn't really find anybody who was thriving as they raised kids that were on the spectrum, because I know that formula includes model those people. And so when you tell yourself, who can I ask, make sure you've done your homework. Make sure you've written down things. Make sure you've written down, what can I do, what can I read, and documented that stuff. Because when you go to people and ask them questions, they're usually willing to help. I mean, at least initially. Now, what they don't generally want to do is spend all their time helping you if you haven't done any of the work yourself. And so I'm saying, put in the work first. Ask yourself, what can I do? What can I read? And then when you go to who can I ask, and tell them, here's my working papers, here's what I've done. In a lot of cases, they're much more willing to help. And in our situation, thriving in chaos, it was a tricky deal because we really, although there are all kinds of books and videos on wandering, on meltdowns, there's just all kinds of stuff out there, but there really was no definitive guide on how to thrive in chaos. Now, the good thing is we knew our outcome and we took massive action. And so we were documenting these things as we went, and we were able to really solve our problem. Even though there wasn't any books out there and there wasn't anybody to ask, we had already taken the steps necessary to start that process. And so remember, you can solve any of your problems. You just have to get to work on them. And those include those three steps. What can I do? What can I read? And who can I ask? And make sure you ask the right people. Make sure they have the success you're looking for so that you can model them. So hopefully that's helpful. I know it's kind of a quick, short video this morning. I'm sitting down in my basement, kind of in my office. Not really an office, it's just a corner of the basement that my wife has given me to do my things in. She's got her crafts everywhere down here. So do that this week. Decide what you want. Know your outcome. Take massive action. Start documenting and writing down where you make mistakes, where it goes right, and then ask yourself, what can I read? And then, who can I ask? And I think if you'll follow that process, you'll be able to find the answers to every problem you've ever had, to every situation you've ever had. It works, that problem or that formula works for any problems that may arise. What can I do? What can I read? Who can I ask? So hopefully that's helpful. Work hard today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.